Hey, what's up? I'm Brett with Premier Guitar, checking out new gear from Joe Meek at the NAMM show. So tell us, what do you guys have this year that's new and exciting?
Well, we've got three pedals lined up here, the floorQ, the gbQ, and the gbdB. The floorQ is a compressor pedal, and we have that in going through the insert send and returns on the gbQ here in the middle. And on the front end of things, we've got the gbdB, which is basically a direct box with 10 dB of gain. Put it in there, turn up your signal, and you've got a level boost. Also on the back of that, you have an XLR output for DI. It has the same high impedance front end that all three of these pedals have.
Sure. And talk to me a little bit about this.
Well, the gbQ is, as you can see, it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's got a distortion section with a series of controls that you can use to adjust the cutoff, the even distortion, the odd distortion. You could have soft clipping, hard clipping. You can put it before or after the EQ, which you see here. Obviously.
So how does somebody put it before the EQ or after the EQ? Is it assignable by one of these toggles?
It's as simple as the press of a button. You just toggle that in and out, and that juggles the lineup of the distortion and the graphic equalizer.
So super flexible distortion that kind of covers all palettes.
It's one of those pedals that you use to tweak your sound just right. It's not one of those, you got one knob or three knobs. There's a lot that you can do to really kind of adjust the whole tonality and distortion and punch and everything. And it may be a little daunting for people at first because some of the controls you don't see normally on a distortion pedal. So like a structure control. I mean, what the hell is that? It's basically a notch that you can adjust throughout the frequency range that when you can hear what it does clearly when you start using it. But it basically sets up the bottom end of your signal. Below that is an enhancer sort of circuit, but it also works with the even order harmonic distortion. And by virtue of that, you can mix it with the odd order as well. This is the main distortion generator here. This is a little more like, the even stuff is a little more like tube overdrive. It's more subtle than the odd distortion, which is a hard clipping son of a gun.
And talk about odd and even distortion. Can you kind of summarize the differences?
Well, the even order distortion is a bit more of a harmonic sort of fuzz. It's not as in your face as the odd order, which is the real just sort of blazing distorted crunch that typifies a distortion pedal.
Super cool. And what about the floorQ?
The floorQ is that's taking our Joe Meek compressor and basically putting it into pedal form. So on this one, you've got a straight up compression amount there on the bottom left, and your attack and release controls, and then you got the adjustable slope, so you can dial in all sorts of compression on it, and then we have the front end, the high impedance front end for the Joe Meek guitar pedals that you don't find on the rack here.
Awesome. So what's your website if people want to learn a little bit more and find out more about these new pedals?
That'd be joemeek.com or pmiaudio.com, which has all our brands on there.
There you have it. Checking out the cool new gear at NAMM. I'm Brett. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.